Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. Today's topic is so broad, so wide, and so long. I think you have to do it section by section. I want to name this one part 1. And I'm going to do it the way that it will not be too long. Because there's a lot to talk about. That's why I want to make it in parts. If you look at our life generally, and if you watch the synopsis I did for TikTok the last time, I talk about the past, the present, and the future. A lot of us are facing what we're facing today because our past is still hunting after us. That is from family section of this particular part I want to talk about now. Let's talk why poverty continues to recycle in our family. Up to you that is hearing me now. And if you're not careful, it will continue with your children, no matter how you do it, no matter what you do. Because what our father did and what our mother did, all their mistakes, it's like you see the way I'm putting myself to it now. It's like they transfer it to us and we are now transferring it to their children. To our children. The whole thing look like their own parents transfer it to them. They now transfer it to us, and we too, because we are so careless, out of lackadaisical attitude that we inherited from them, we are now transferring it to our own children. I know you ask me how. Go and ask your father. He can drink and drink and drink in the name of enjoyment. While the mother is there, selling a little something in front of the house, using it to take care of you, the children. All what the man or the father is interested in is to sleep with our mothers and produce the children. During our own time, they used to tell us, no matter the numbers of the children, God will take care of them. And they keep on producing. They keep on producing. God will take care of them. Some of them end up becoming a house girl. Some end up becoming a house boy. Some end up becoming gate man. Some end up with some aunties that are using them as a house help. Some end up with some uncles that are using them as gate man. That's what we are facing till tomorrow. That is the producing of the children aspect of it. If you watch, none of us want to give birth to plenty children nowadays. Notwithstanding the economic meltdown. What our parents has cost us is still hunting after us till date. As we speak, some of us have up to 6 or 7 children. How do you take care of 7 children at this time, at this point in time, when every economic in the whole world is crying? How do you take care of that kind of number of children? Till tomorrow in that Nigeria, in Africa generally, we still have those that are still giving birth to children. Children's. And they will tell you God will take care of them. You see it on the internet every time. You see some children from some part of the country sent to the cities as small as 10 years, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To go and do house help. Excuse me, somebody that's supposed to be in school, a child that's supposed to be in school, is now what? House help. Some of the children end up in so many odd jobs. They send them out of their family home to go and do all these odd jobs. And they will now send the money back to their parents. That is slavery indirectly. You are indirectly enslaving these children. That is what was transferred from our grandchildren, grandparents to them. Now they transfer it to us, and we are not transferring it to our children. Otherwise, if we were really learning from the mistakes of our parents, we are not supposed to experience stuff like that anymore. You see some children that are supposed to be in school are hawking on the street. I hawk. Yeah. And some of you looking at me today, hawk. Then why do you now continue from when your father stopped that make you hawk on the streets? You're not like kind of transferring it to your children. Why do you bring them to this world? You see how poverty continue in a family. And all this thing is still within our system. We're still living with this kind of attitude. Children are supposed to be learning a trade. If you don't have money to send them to school, you send them to learn a trade. At least 2-3 years. He's already a master of his or her own. You have given that child a lifetime profession that will sustain him or her and their family. You will never beg for food. If you have a trade, you're managing. If you have a trade, you're managing. You don't need to wait for anybody. You see? We insist on school. Yes, it's okay, but school SATs would have been better. After school SATs, go and learn a trade. Thank God you can see what is happening nowadays. With all their certificates, they end up as a driver in Dangote drugs. You have a PhD. Before, you are expecting that immediately after your school. That was in 70s and 80s. Immediately after you're finishing your school, a company is waiting for you, and that your office attracts a car and a bungalow in Ikoyi and Victoria Island. These are the places they put you then. Those that know Lagos know where I'm talking about. Today, that environment attracts millions of dollars of rent and purchase. You have to be a billionaire in dollar to live in that kind of environment today. But that time, when Nestle, Unilever, and PZ, these are the companies that came then. Well, when they came, they have an agreement with Nigeria. You must employ Nigerians in some strategic area in that industry. But the Nigerians don't have it there. What is the population of Nigeria at that time? How many are we? We're not up to 100 million. So whoever go to school that time, whenever he come home from the university, it's like a king in that environment. How many are they? And he now managed to get first degree because a job is waiting for him. It's automatic employment. He immediately gets an office, a car go with it, and a bungalow. Whenever he now comes to your environment where he was born and brought up, he began to feel like a king. He began to feel like president's son. Even the head of the family will stand up for him. At that time, that is when education is valued. But today, we are more than these companies. We are more than these industries. We are too many. Only those that can survive it are those that have handwork. Yes. That have handwork. That have learned a trade. You see? That even some family thought it was because they don't have money. That's why they couldn't send their children to school. No. Some are swim mistress. Some are, into a mechanic. Some are doing something very well with their hands. Some went to learn how to sell spare parts. Today they are importing from China. Go to Alaba and see. Go to so many places in Nigeria and see. Some of them are dropouts. Not because their brain cannot carry it, there's no money to continue. They never knew what God has done in their life. Not all of you understand this. They went to one of their village friend, family friend, one uncle from one village in that same Lagos, in those cities, Port Harcourt and Enugu, and all those big cities at that time. They want to learn a trade. You serve your master for 5 years, or how many years you agree with your family. When you finish, the master will settle you and you go and start your business. At the end of the day, these people end up in China importing spare parts and other items into Nigeria. Today, they are billionaires. Some of our mates, I'm talking of some of our mates, we thought we were going to school. A lot of them already have their houses. A lot of them are driving in SUVs, have shops, some have industries producing these things. But today, those that thought they have the degrees, waiting for one office to come and employ them, these boys that learn the trade are the one now employing them. You see how they transfer these things to us. And if we are not careful, we continue with our own children, then the poverty circle will continue. You don't have to send children to school. Let me tell you the fact. If you have to send a child to school, school start is okay, so that you'll be able to read and write. I'm not saying education is not important. Don't you know that even learning a trade is an education? Most people don't know. They go and put in a roadside mechanic that repairing cars, that you should learn a trade. At the end of the day, 3-4 years to give you a certificate. Don't you know that's an education? We thought secular education is only the education we know, where they do only theories. Go to Nigeria today, all the University of Technology, all what they do there is theories. We cannot have University of Technologies all over the place, and yet we still go to China that cannot write their name in English. All what they do is to write their own language. They write in their own language. Take it or leave it. Because you need the expertise, you have to bring that to your country to come and develop for you. Where you have University of Technologies that has produced so many hundreds, thousands of engineers. But yet, some of them don't even know a spanner have numbers. Some don't even know screwdriver has numbers. But you see them, what do we call them? Engineer coat, engineer suit. At the end of the day, they end up in a construction company. They cannot do anything by themselves. How much will the company pay you? No matter how a company will pay you with all your degree, it's still a peanut. Because that company is using you. It's using you. I will not say your expertise now. It's using you to develop and grow their businesses. A company will make 10 million naira and it will pay you 50,000 naira. Highest they pay you 200,000. He says it's a good pay. Excuse me. What did you go to school to learn? It's very rare you learn a trade and you say you want to go and serve somebody. They would rather come and serve you because you have the experience already. Most people don't know this. And if you are not careful, this poverty thing will continue with the children that we are giving birth to today. Look at what is happening all over the place. Look at somebody. A friend was telling me the last time that our own side is even better. That their own side, they push their children to bring in money at all costs. They don't care what it will cost them, just bring money. That is why I see some of their boys into so many dirty deals, just to bring money. Father and mother are waiting at home. You, the father, when you are at his age, when you are the same age with that your son that you pushed in doing all these dirty things, what were you able to do? If it's easy, you're supposed to have it prepared for him. A father prepared for the children, but the case is, how will I put this in English? Reverse is the case. In Africa, father used to wait for his son or children to come and feed them. When you are at the age of that, your children, what were you able to do? If it's easy, you should have done something and keep for the children. When they come, say, oh, this is my father's house. Oh, this is my father's business that he started and I continue. That's how it's supposed to be. You now sit down every morning and put on wrapper and say you have one child in the UK, one child in America, one child in this, and you are waiting for them to bring money for you. If you had done your own homework very well, you're supposed to be feeding yourself, feeding your wife and other children around, and even sending money to wherever they are all over the world. I've seen so many fathers doing that. But in your own case, what are we doing? You want to enjoy yourself. You drink and drink and drink and drink and continue to drink. You want to continue to drink and you think you're enjoying yourself. It's not enjoyment. You are transferring, you continue that poverty they sent into your family from your father and now is into you. You are transferring it to your children if you don't know. They can drink. What are our father doing then? They only go after women. Little change they make. Even there was a time they increase salaries in Nigeria. You heard what some people were saying. They increase salary. Anytime they increase salary, a man will add a wife. Anytime they increase salary, a man will end a wife. Anytime they increase salary, he will add another wife. And all what he notices, producing children. Where are the children today? A lot of them end up in garage. Go and ask them. Go and ask those children in garage. They will tell you what they are facing. They will tell you the home they came out from. They will tell you what they are facing. They will tell you why they end up hawking on the streets. In my own case, thank God for my mother. I'm talking about myself now. My dad is one of those men. He doesn't drink. He don't even know how to humanize. Thank God, I don't think, there was a time I almost asked him, how did you speak to my mother? How did you talk to her? Did you really toast her? I'm talking about myself. He doesn't know anything. All his own is bring money at home. Keep money at home. Go, he travel all over the world. He's a seaman, sailors. They go all over. Bring in home, bring food home, and bring the money. And the next 2, 3, 4 months, he's gone again. Thank God for my mom. Otherwise, probably this English I'm speaking with you, I will not be able to speak it. She was able to educate all of us. Some of all my brothers and sisters, we have a trade. In my office, I was interviewing one graduate some time ago. She was surprised that at the end of the day, after 3 months, when she started working with me, she failed all my interview. Then I only have my school cert. She was shocked when she later discovered that his school cert interviewed her. She was fresh from the university. She couldn't believe it. She said, no, I have to go to university. I'm a university material. I said, forget that. Going to university is not a problem. After the university, what is the aftermath of the university? That's what matters. You now graduated. You are coming to work for me. I didn't even interview you. All the interview, you failed it. I only need you as a pretty lady. Use you to attract customers. She was surprised when I told her the reason why I employed her. She was shocked. I said, it's not a certificate. I don't need it. I will guide you because I started the business. So I have to guide you what to do to attract customers. And your look is what I need. Go to Nigerian Bank today. They did not take them because of their certificate. They take them because of their look. You have a beautiful face, beautiful body. Oh, the next thing they will just push you to marketing. Go and begin to market our bank and let those money misroad chiefs. Money misroad chiefs. The money misroad you are calling money misroad today. Learn a trade while you are in school, wasting all your time to get a degree. Today they are chiefs. Today they have made money. Today they are the landlord of most of those banks you see today in Nigeria. But what do you call them? Money misroad. They will only employ you because you are beautiful. Go and bring money from them. No matter where you go there, the kind of English, whatever English he speaks, it's okay for you. What do you call them? Riffrats. Today, the riffrats are the landlords. of so many houses in that Nigeria today. What are you doing? What are you preparing for your children? So that poverty probably will end with you. Let it end with you. Don't carry it over to the children. The spillover of the poverty from that your father and grandfather is on you. Otherwise, you will not. But the money you're supposed to. There was a guy if you watch my video, my previous video, I've spoke about it before. I told the guy not to stop drinking. He was looking at me like, why will not go drink? Why I not go enjoy myself? I said, yeah, it's an enjoyment, but there's so many ways to do it. He told me how much he drinks every day, because from his business, he close and he sit down with friends, buy, drink, buy a drink. I did what happened? And I called him. He's a friend. Just give my Pepsi, I'm okay. You don't go drink beer. You don't go enjoy your life. I say, waiting there for enjoyment. If you have a good food, that's what I believe is it's enjoyment. You eat good food. That's enjoyment to me, not to drink those chemicals. I'm not condemning drink. It's your money. But use it to prepare for your children. I say, I give him 3 months. Save that amount. When he told me how much he spent on drink every day, I said, okay, save it every day. 3 months after, I gave him a land. I sold the land to him. When he look at me, he say, this man, which one be your own? I said, now my own, I'm to tell you so. I sold the land to him. I said, okay, this one I will have gone to one beer parlor. I'm sorry. That is how this man stopped drinking. And I'm talking now as if I'm spoiling beer sellers, our beer industries or beer company. No, it's not my business. Whatever anybody likes, he can do with his money. But please, let's prepare for our children. Let's prepare for our children. I never knew where this guy started building the house. He's already on the lintel level. They wanted to do the decking. That was when he now contacted me to supply material. I'm telling you whom I know. There's so many like that. That I have made landlords in that same Lagos. Some are dropouts. Some of them like they need somebody to guide them, to ginger them, to wake them up from their slumbers. Hey, what are you wasting this money for? You will give birth to children. Once you get married, you get family. Prepare the ground for your children. Do you want the poverty your parents transferred to you to continue from you, and then you to spill it over to your children? Kilo day. Why do we like, doing some certain silly things? Sorry to use that word, and we think we are enjoying ourselves. Somebody was telling me they don't know when they will die, so I will have to enjoy myself. I said, yeah, there's so many ways to enjoy yourself, but you don't have to go. And whenever this guy drink to stupor, sometimes they have to pour water on him. I said, what is the meaning of this? You don't have children now. Don't you think you want to live your replica? You would like to have a family. That past, that our fathers, what the mistake they do, those mistakes they didn't see as a mistake then, is still in some of us till tomorrow. That's what we continue, and that is what is pursuing us till tomorrow. We want to continue with it. Some women are the problem of some men. Immediately they make that money, they must enter any hole. The women are there, they'll be ready for you. They know you are a good spender. And you too will be ready. Some are ready to drop their salary just to touch a woman. You call that enjoyment. How long? Do you want your children to continue that way? You have children. If you don't have children, prepare for them now, so that you'll be able to quench that poverty in that family. That is how you'll be learning from your past. You'll be using your past to prepare for the future. to repair. You be using your past to repair your presence. Yeah, our fathers made that mistakes. Yes, that is their mistakes. But we too, we have grown up. We have children now. Look at them now. It's not school. How many school would they go now? School plenty. Do you know how many? If I begin to count billionaires in that Nigeria that were drop out because there's no money and the family couldn't continue, they started learning the trade. After they learned the trade, they end up getting master degree in their office. The lecturer will come to your office to come and teach you. How much now? You pay him every month. You only go to university to do your final exams. To do if there's any test, you only go to that university to do the test. You don't have to be there. You are busy in your office. Excuse me, now money they talk. But a lot of us believe so much when you go to school. I see some of them on our internet. When you wear now your suffering continue. NYSC uniform. He will remove the cap and put on the father. He will remove the jacket and put on the mother. I say, okay. You don't know the meaning of NYSC. Now your suffering continue. He said, I have a graduate in my family. Does he bring food to the table? To you now, you have invested. You have invested. How many years? Some 24 years of their life. You only need 3 years to prepare and learn a trade. 3 years to prepare. Highest 4 or 5 years to learn a trade. You're a master of yourself. But they will waste up to 30 years somewhere still in the university. What are you doing there? Highest school start is okay. Go and learn a trade. It's enough. Your children will continue to pray for you even after death. That thank God, if not for my father. Consider, and there's no job. And this government, what is the meaning of this? This government is not serious. They don't know. We don't even know what they are doing. You finish your school, you can't get a job. You are waiting for government to come and create a job for you. That experience and expertise you've gone to learn in school. What are you doing with it? You need to start something. Somebody come on internet the last time. Can you imagine? He graduate, he finish university, there's no job. He's riding Okada. Say Okada make more than 20,000 naira a day. I carry Okada man. That's how I made him my friend. He took him to his own house, 3-bedroom bungalow. He said, "Okay, I build this house from this Okada." I build this house from this Okada. So I remove this shop here. Make my wife sell something inside. That Okada you think is nothing. A graduate is riding Okada. Okada make over 350 something thousand a month. How much is your salary as a degree holder? Is it not now they are giving you minimum salary 70,000? Even 70,000, they are still dragging. Some cannot still pay. They are still dragging how they will pay 70,000 naira minimum. Plus your allowances and everything. How much? Maybe 100 something thousand. Okada man that you see in that Lagos is making over 300,000 a month. Quote me anywhere. Are we not in abroad? You see the way I deck up to my neck. We are in the chill cold now, where some people are saying, come and have a better life. In this chill cold, in the countries, in abroad where there's no food. I keep on saying it, only rice and bread. That's what they have. They can use flour of bread to produce hundreds of cakes. Different designer of cakes. Different type of bread. That's what they call food. Then the next thing they will go for rice. Highest thing maybe potato. What are we talking about here? Then you will sit down as a father. You say one of your son is in Europe. One of your daughter is in Canada. You now put on wrapper. You sit in front of a rented house. You are waiting for somebody that is working maybe five different work a day to bring for you. And that your child has his own family to prepare for. Do you see how poverty continues in the family? Because if she's a woman, she will get married and have children. If he's a man, he will get married and have children and prepare for that children too. But you are sitting there as a father. You have wasted all your life on drinks and women. Some men cannot even, they don't like to remember the kind of life, dirty life they live. You'll be waiting for your child to come and bring money for you. Why can't you prepare the ground for the child? I don't want this video to be too long. I want to make this one part 1. I think we'll continue the next video. All I'm trying to let you know is that it's not too late. I'm talking about we now the father. We now that are father now. Let's prepare the ground, the present and the future for our children now. I want to say we are already in our own future anyway. We are already in our own future already. You want a situation whereby you want to sit down and that child will go and do conductor job and bring money for you. You are not ashamed of yourself. Why not put yourself in a position to buy that bus for that boy to manage? Can't you? You don't know you are once in a position to buy bus for that boy to manage. And my father bought the bus for me. Imagine. Why didn't you put yourself in a position to give your children? Why will you be waiting for your children? That thing is so common in Africa here. You will never hear that abroad. Go and see what our children are doing. Do you know how many died on the desert this year? This year alone. Do you know how many died on the ocean this year alone? Some of their parents even sponsor them. The money they're supposed to use them to give them for them to learn a trade, they are giving them go to Europe. When they go to Europe now, they think Europe is where you go and pack money. 1 year, 2 years, they didn't hear anything from them. Do you know how many of them are sending money to their children abroad? And they thought Europe is where you go, or abroad is where you go, and this is it. You just packing the money and you be sending it back home. A lot of your children are in prison as we speak. A lot of your children are in prison. They have gone to dip their hand into some dirty deals, and abroad doesn't take nonsense. It's not like in Africa you begin to beg. How many Nigerian boys do you have in prison? In the UK as we speak, they've just caught the fifth guy. He thought it's in Nigeria where you can beg, even if you kill somebody. He say, after all, he has begged you now. You go and try that one. He want to begin to chat underage children on the internet. He was on his room when the knocking came. We have 5 of them as we speak in the UK. Immediately they serve 3 to 5 years in the prison, straight back to your Nigeria, where you can continue with your stupidities. And this is a man that has a wife and 2 children. The wife was begging the policeman. The policeman said, we are very sorry. You have already committed the sin. You have already committed the crime. So you have to face the law. And after you face the law, whatever the court says, that will be the end of you. There are 5 of them now. And these are the people that have people back home. Thinking I have my children. You hear some of the father, I have my children abroad. Go and see what they are facing abroad. Use this time. As I'm speaking to you now, begin to think where you have defaulted. Which area have you went? What are the lapses? Which careless life am I living that is causing all this poverty to continue? Even you are not even enjoying yourself. You think you are enjoying by drinking and womanizing. Your children are growing up. A friend was telling me, anytime he travel back to Nigeria, one of his brother or his close cousin will be telling him, I want to go abroad. And if abroad is not good, what are you doing there? It's already their national anthem. Well, what are you doing there? If the place is not good, come back to Nigeria now. He never knew the boy enter the road by himself. He died on the desert. When he told me I shed tears. I said, these guys at home think it's as easy as we are here. Do you know a lot of people that prepare to die in this abroad? Some run away from their family. A guy told me he ran away from his wife and left her with 3 children. He doesn't want to die. That is a story for another day. A lot of guys run away from their family. They live in abroad here. When you hear somebody is living, he has stayed 30-something years, 20-something, 25 years abroad, never go back home. You need to be thinking that, is anything okay? Is everything okay? Until you go closer to him, tell you, I don't have a family. And it's not a ghost, it's a human being. If you begin to tell you the kind of family he came from, is that what you want for your children to begin to run away from you people? Because you did not prepare the ground for them, you are waiting for them to bring. Just bring. He get children, he's working here, They are not even taking care of their parents. Can't you be the one that, why not be the one that will prepare the ground for the children? I don't want this thing to be too long. This one is part 1. That's about the family. The poverty they transfer to us, and we too now we are preparing to transfer that to our children. Look at what the children are doing on the internet today. This is part 1. We'll continue the next video. Go to my YouTube channel, Kingolatunde.S, Kingolatunde.S. Davids. YouTube will give it to you. You'll hear more. See you in my next video. Bless you. Thank you.